Hi, and welcome to our fourth video, taking a tour of the paradigm prototype. We are at the final stage of a week's worth of work. We have used Source to read and gather information, search the web, highlight, annotate, and curate a whole bunch of information. We've entered into discussion with our classmates who have helped us to find even more resources, have engaged us in interesting discussions on the discussion board, and all of that has been being recorded under the POV portion of Paradigm. So welcome to the home screen here. You can see my profile, and this is where kind of the magic of Paradigm happens. Everything that we've been working on so far this week has, in the background, Paradigm has been collecting all of our work, recording it, and aggregating it here. So let me give you a quick overview of the home screen here, and then we are going to create a new object, a learning object to add to our repertoire. So up here's our normal navigation buttons, and here are all of the EDU 6323 members who I am connected to on POV, and actually I can go into any one of them and watch their search through their paradigm objects, and it's actually pretty cool because you can connect to more than just the people in your classes. This is filtered through EDU 6323, but you could also follow Elon Musk, or you could follow Tom Brady, or you could follow anybody who uses Paradigm, and see what their interests are, what type of tagging and connections that they've made with different content that they found on the web. And eventually, this kind of learning is going to be something that all people have throughout their school. So by the time you get to be in grad school, or by the time even you get to be in college, you're going to have a really rich wealth of knowledge that you've built upon over years. So it's a really cool idea, and it's actually really helpful for this course as well. So let's take another look at, let's look at my my rating here. Actually, I'm pretty proud of this. This is a 4.5 star rating, and that's actually pretty rare. And now I don't have all that many objects, so this number here indicates how many paradigm objects I have, learning objects. So we're going to create a new one of those. I'll be up to 24, but right now I only have 23. But they're so highly rated that I have this good score. These triangles represent assets, so they're basically two things. We'll take a look at that in a minute, but you have objects and you have assets. Learning objects take a whole bunch of different assets and kind of bake them together and connect them into an object that teaches Paradigm that these different assets belong together. There's something that these all have in common, and the more assets that get connected by these sort of nodes that the objects represent, the smarter Paradigm becomes, and the more powerful of a search engine it becomes. I have 113 followers. Again, I'm still starting off, and I am following 42 people. I'm sorry, I have 42 followers, and I am following 113 people. Okay, let's just, so you can get a comparison, let's look at Professor Watwood. All right, so here is his Paradigm home screen, and I could search through his content if I wanted to. He has 486, wow, he has 486 objects, and he has like 22,000, like he has thousands of assets. I'm sure as a professor you probably get a few more, and he's got the exact same rating as I do, and that's more impressive. The higher this number, the more impressive 1 star is, because you've got a lot of people looking through and rating your stuff, and you have a lot of assets So keeping them all really high quality is not always easy. So that's pretty impressive. Um, you can also see that he has 2,491 followers, and he is following 1,343 people. So that just gives you an idea. Each person on here is going to be a little bit different. Some of these people have taken courses before. But let's just go right back into mine. And you can see under my profile, because I have been accumulating a whole bunch of things under memory, this is already ready to go, and it already wants to create a new object. So if this were blank, like Professor Watwoods was blank, so you can select a hashtag in here, and there are different actions that you could choose. But right now, all we want to do is we want to create a new one of these objects. So we're going to do that by clicking here. Okay, so here we are. This is the aggregation of all the assets we've been accumulating all week long. If you can take a look over here, you can see that this list of assets comes directly from source. And we have here Minds Online, Teaching Effectively with Technology, Michelle Miller. All of the source information, all of the citations are right here. And here are all our notes that we took earlier. You could see the yellow and blue are still highlighted here. I could add the other two if I so desired. And I've also had the option here to include chapter outline. So you can see that in addition to my highlights, we've got the basic outlines of the chapter, the main concepts here, memory theory, older theories of memory, encoding sensory memory, all of that stuff is here, which provides context for all of my quotes so that I can easily come back to this and remember exactly where all of this belonged and make sense of it a long time from now when it's not fresh in my mind. We can see also I have, here is the aggregation from Gather, and you can see some of the curators of some of the information that we have here are listed. And right now this is sorted by media type, so it's all the tweets that I interacted with, all of the YouTube videos that I interacted with are grouped together. And of the list of things that I was looking through under our Gather this week, this is the article that I followed that Emmy Lynn posted. These are the YouTube videos that I watched. This is actually from the chapter Miller challenged you to try and draw a penny from memory. So I actually did give that a shot, and then found these images of a real penny and saw how short I fell of that. And then this is something for me that I really like, because tagging is great and it's powerful, but I am a geographical organizer. I like having folders and subfolders and knowing, quote unquote, where something is at all times. So by being able to connect my Dropbox to this, any of the assignments that I've been working on during the week is located according to my logical organizational system here. This is a folder. This is Northeastern University folder, and my Technology is Medium for Learning file that I keep everything for this class. So this is all connected here. And then I actually have Paradigm preset to do a quick Google image search for whatever my hashtag is. I like this because I'm a very visual person, and having a few of these to choose from is great. So here are all my assets, okay? These are considered assets. I could click on this and it would actually bring me to build my own asset. I could make my own video about memory. I could make a document about memory, all that kind of stuff. I'll show you how that works in a bit. And then basically I'm going to look at these. I'm going to select the ones that I like, that I feel are ones that I want to hold on to. This document, and let's do one of these images. I like this. So yeah, I've selected all of the things that I want Paradigm to group together under memory, and now all I have to do is combine them all into a learning object. So oh, I told you I would tell you more details about this. So this is the asset creator over here. This allows me to organize these assets in different ways. I like the columns because it keeps everything vertically aligned. You can use this basically entire workspace in a bunch of different creative ways. You can stack these, you can make it three-dimensional even, but I'm not going to get into any of that right now. I'm just going to show you. This is the asset creator, so if I wanted to do a video recording, or if I wanted to make an animation, or I could post something to YouTube, or I could create a web page or a document. These are options that I can add last minute to the object that I'm going to create. And then over here, this is where I build a paradigm object. So building an object basically means I'm creating a central node for all of these assets that Paradigm is going to make connections with. So here are some of the suggestions of what I could add to the hashtag of memory. So we have attention here. This is one that I curated from last week. We have cognitive science. I clicked that as a yes. Identity. I opened this up because identities kind of can go a couple different ways with memory. All of these are collapsible, by the way. There are other sub tags that Paradigm is going to try and associate with these. You can go in as much depth as you want, but doing at least some high level curation here and helping Paradigm to figure out what to tag is going to make a better user experience for you, and that's going to make your stuff more searchable. It's also going to improve your rating because, again, you're putting that quality time into making sure that the objects you create are ones that are going to work really well for your users. So I think childhood development for the purposes of this tag for our class is pertinent, but maybe Alzheimer's and amnesia not so much, because this is more about memory for learning. And then we can add as many tags as we want, and down here we'll find suggestions from our classmates who have added their own tags already. So we click this, and now we have created my 24th object, and it's ready for other people to review. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is how Paradigm is working behind the scenes to make use of all this metadata that we are collecting. So basically, what's going on here behind the search function, I'll show you when I activate this. This is a projection, a three-dimensional projection of all of the tagging that we've done as a class for this this unit. And you can see each one of these little data points is a word that we've come across in an article, and in higher dimensional arrangements, Paradigm has grouped words that are related, and you can see that there are clusters around certain topics that are being connected in higher dimensions. Now, there are different ways to make sense of this data, and none of this is stuff that a student is going to typically need to do. But I just wanted to show you this because I just think it's so cool that Paradigm is learning as you collect data, and it's turning that into a powerful search engine that may someday eclipse even Google. So there you have it. There's Paradigm in a nutshell. That's what we're doing. Trying to take the best of learning management systems, the organizational structure that they have there, the teacher-friendly side, and combine it with something that's engaged and geared toward learners. Trying to take the best of social media and make it something that you can use to tag, that you can use to build connections in real time, and hopefully it'll make our world and our classrooms more engaging, more intelligent, and more fun.